Good morning, this is Beldragos, directly from the Chili server featuring the Sprout Pack. I am back to you. I've spent the last week either working or working on my base. I've been visiting and working with another of the players here. His name is Shotcut, and hopefully one of these days he will be able to join us on these videos. I know he suggested doing a tutorial for the Ender IO power system, and so we're gonna try that one of these days. Meanwhile, I did some work in the house. I got my flat screen up on the TV on the wall, so with my Netflix, so I can watch movies. I built on the upstairs, put more screens. I love the Extra Utility screen. You can take and link an image from Imgur as long as it's underneath a certain size. So you get some actually decent looking pictures. Minecraft Bear in real life. Everything's squared. I love that one. I had to. Little guest rooms. Night of the Black Rose. See if any of you D&D fans get that. A larger guest room. 2 of each. And I built a ladies' room with a changing and a sleeping chamber. Found a good picture of a Wonder Woman cosplayer. Figured they'd look really good in here. I took and put the chisels and bits, handrail, along with the little notch out on here for the head of it, to make everything look good. I'm going to turn this into a bathroom, a water closet. Then this leads up to my room. Got the beds, the drawers, armor stands in the corner. I have 2 small little balconies out here on one side of the building. Yep. Another chisel and bit railing. This one is without, and this one is with the topper piece. From a distance, it looks extremely three-dimensional because I got the dark borders, and then you got the pieces that look like they go up through the middle. Here's the other one on this side. It's a good view, really. And then the far side, I made doors that open up the room into the rooftop garden. Cherries just falling off the trees. Got some pineapples planted in the middle. Nice little bench to sit and enjoy. And I'm standing over here. I'll be able to look down on all the area that eventually will be the town. Made the ceiling. Oops. Get those cherries off the bar. Just a hollow space up here. If I can get up here. I don't know. It works. I like it. I'm probably going to set up a table and chairs or entertainment area on this half. See what sort of stuff like from Bibliocraft and other mods that I can use for furniture. Get everything look nice in these rooms. Square bear. cool sword. But as I said, I made different levels of the roof, including my fencing. Nice peak slate roof. Made a little lightning rod up there out of some end rods. Figured look good from a distance. I have some detailing work to do, especially around the windows. I have an idea of some chisel and bit work, but I have to see if I can find the correct blocks to make pieces out of. This is a gift from Shotcut. It's a teleporter going between our bases so we can travel easier, even though we have the waystones. I completed the road, at least the pathway, connected it to the pyramid here, but walked it all the way over to the Botania area. This is set up and it's been keeping the pool full. I don't have to worry about mana. And if it's not draining mana, if the flowers are full of mana, it won't drain the lava and drain my points. It works. It works nicely. We've noticed there's continuing to be some bugs in this mod pack where the mobs are disappearing. And hopefully they will fix that in an update. And the sound system keeps crashing, producing lag spikes. Again, hopefully they'll be finishing it up. This is important. It's my ender pearl farm. I gotta empty these every once in a while, and I just feed them into here. The dimensional transceiver sends it to the area I'm going to next. The greenhouse glass took a lot of lapis to make. And in order to get the lapis, I had to take and set up a quantum mine. Quantum quarry, I'll show you the recipe for it. Quantum quarry consists of two pieces. The quarry in the middle and then the actuators which go on each of the 6 spaces. So you need to make actually 6 actuators and 1 centerpiece. The centerpiece is end stone and stone burnt surrounding another star. The stone burnt you get by feeding it through the resonator. You have to feed polished stone, which you get by combining 4 stone bricks to get 4 polished stone. The quarry actuators is each 2 end stone, a diamond pick, some more stone burnt, and an end rod. You need 6 of those, 1 on each face. And you cannot place the quarry actuators any place except directly on one of the faces of the quarry itself. So that means you have to place the centerpiece, then you have to do the bottom, sides, front, and back. And then when it's running, you have to supply power to one of them, which is why I have the vibrant capacitor bank. I've got the dimensional transceivers with a power to receive pouring into the capacitor bank. And then I have a conduit connecting in the wall to the quarry. Right now I have it set up the lapis, coal, gold, and iron filters so that it will pull them out, put in a Silk Touch book to get the ores instead of the regular material, and I have it set to redstone on so that I can turn it on and off. I made a little area behind the wall to hide the processing machinery, and it has to output directly into a chest. I placed a bunch of flint and connected with the item conduits to the sag mill. The flint is set to go into the top, along with, for example, this one, filtered lapis and the flint. The lapis will go in here. The flint will act to make additional output. Everything comes down to the bottom row, and if it gets processed through the alloy smelters, it'll go up through the top and connect into here. The bottom one is for the material that doesn't need to be smelted. And as you saw, here, I have lapis, coal, gold, and iron. So the coal, which is this one, we'll just push everything, the coal down into the container, but the iron, the nickel, the gold, and the copper will get smelted into bars and be dropped into here. I let this run for a couple days, end up with this much coal, gold, lots of iron, a lot of lapis. I've used a lot to make the greenhouse glass, and a little bit of nickel and tin. And that's just here storage so I can get access to it. Another product of the coal is some coal powder, and occasional piece of cobblestone pops out. So I've got this nice little setup that works, so I can make additional ender pearls to power this device. Thanks to Shotcut, he took and made this. He will be doing a tutorial on it, so I'm not going to show you anything about how it works, but suffice to say, all my ender pearls from the farm gets put into here and dropped into, let me go down here, dropped into this container, which they have 255. When this fills up, there'll be a secondary output into this one. This dimensional transceiver is actually set to put additional storage into Shotcut's inventories. The power is fed into both of these to supply our own bases with power, and each of the generators here have pearl injectors, which starts the energy production. When these are full, everything else just collects in a buffer in here. And it's set so when the power supply drops below 20%, it kicks in automatically. The whole area is trunk loaded, so we will always have a power source. I use the spectral platform blocks to make these walls that I can walk through. I have this one here, and at the end there's another one right here. We're going to build a fourth one, put it in this spot, and this is where we're going to do the tutorial. So we now have a lot of power, storage, ability to process stuff on our own. This little area is so I can flip the switch and create mummies and Dullahans to complete the Slayer's quests. Oh yeah, put some lighting in here, it's kind of dark. But this allows you to complete the quests and get the points that are needed for your factions. I'm currently at 1550 for the Slayers Guild. I don't know how you gain points for the citizens, but I can now have access to the armor in the Slayers Guild. Slayers. The Draconic Smith. Has the shop where you can convert dragon scale into dragon scale armor for gold coins. One of each type. You get the bag, you don't know what you're going to get until you open it. And this is also how you get your iron, gold, and diamond dragon armor. And there really is no other way to get. And I don't know why she's always up here. The Dragon Slayer. You get your contracts for your Ice and Fire Dragon. Or you can sell your scales and material that you get from the dragons for coin. That's where most of my dragon pieces have gone. What are you standing on? Floating people. Always everywhere showing off. Okay, let's go back to my base. Come on. Sometimes when you teleport. Okay, that was strange. I think it knows I'm back now. Also, in my storage area, I was starting to get full, so I made a bunch of the modular storage and built a wall of them back here. I don't have any of the storage chips in them, storage cards in them. They're all empty. Whoops. See, there's nothing here. And I don't even have any of the conduits. But when I do the conduits, I'm doing it so they start on one end, and as it fills, moving this direction, it'll attempt to fill this whole side before it crosses over and works on this side. In theory. We shall see if it works. I've been running my vat using mostly netherwort and creeper skulls, like I said before, and I've had no problems with it. I haven't run out anywhere. I gotta make more banners. But that is pretty much all I've done here. Took a lot of work, a lot of time, especially with the fences. And this looks so much better without it connecting in between the blocks. And I made one side of it taper down, so it just looks better. 1 block wide, although it looks three-dimensional because of the coloring of the block I used. I think it looks so cool up there, running along the ridge of the shingles. I'm going to have to put some up there too. Next time there'll probably be a ring of them up on top of this so it matches, even though I only have solar panels instead of a area to walk up there. But I did all the internal, you can see, of the ceilings. I did the windows. Carried the pattern into the rooms to tie them together. I used the same spruce planks on all the internal wood walls. Only the external walls have the bricks. The window sills matching throughout. I have to make some drawers and put them into each. Make each room a little more homely. Maybe I'll take and put a armor stand in these 2 rooms so they can be used a little bit of decoration. One other project that I've done, which took a fair bit of time, is I went through and every torch that I had I replaced with blocks painted in the painting machine here. If I put a piece of glowstone in here, it'll paint the stone brick pattern over the glowstone. It works with grass blocks. It works with the scaffolding. I can find a spot. Yeah, right here. This one right here is a painted glowstone. I got lucky. The block pattern lined up perfect. You can't tell it's there except for the info box. I don't know why I've got horses in here. They won't leave. I had a goat. But I went through and replaced every block that had a torch on it, either with grass or with brick. And once I got everything lit up properly, I was able to remove those flower pots that created the sparkles in the air that if I tried flying I'd be bouncing it off of. Just makes it easier to move around. Those redstone torches are what was left of the chunk corner markers when I set up the will power crystallizers before I moved them straight down. I just kind of kept those as a marker. I haven't decided what to do about my neighbor over here yet. I think maybe I'll catch a bunch of mummies and sick them on him. Of course, he might like that. I understood he likes to fight. But you gotta be the evil neighbor somehow. I think that looks nice. I gotta add some detail around the windows. Otherwise, it's just a smooth piece of stone. I thought about carrying this edge of the roof line along here, but it looked funny with something the same size above it. And if it was smaller, then it had no reason to be there. And it's kind of too close to make it larger in this area. So I'd have to go up 3 blocks, which would bite into the space that the windows are using. So I'm going to have to try to be subtle in some other way. I've got some ideas. And it all depends on if I can find the specific materials. Well, I know I can find some of them, but... well, we'll have to see what... that might work too. I could put some upside down stair. I could make a stair out of the chisel and bit, put them so I'd have a little ledge sticking out. Get some gargoyles from the monasteries. They're on the roof of the monastery. I'll show you. Should be a monastery right over here. Get some of these gargoyles. Put them hanging out along the side of the building, but they're gray. And I don't know if the gray would go with that color of stone. Well, I'll have to take one of these and try it later on. But there's only 2, 4, 6 per monastery. I'll think of something. It just, the walls look too plain, too vertical. I think I have to go with my original idea, which I'll let you know probably the next video. Well, that's about it. I could go over and show you Shadowcon's place, but I feel it's his place to showcase, and he can do the tour if he wants to. I'll let him do it. Plus, there's a couple other players on here. Oh, Ender Table. If you make a monocle, here, let me grab a book. If you make a monocle, here it is, Ender Monocle. The Ender Monocle, right here, which you make on the Ender table, which is Eye of Ender and 9 gold nuggets and 5 experience levels. You can craft it put those 2 in here and it'll take your XP. It makes the monocle. What the monocle allows you to do, allows you to see what the recipes are in it. Hey. It's an enchantment table that you can see everything that's in. And it uses the ender dust and levels instead of lapis. Get rid of those cherries. So you can either make the enchanted books this way with the enchanter, or you make it with the ender table. Also, the ender table allows you to stack the bookshelf blocks 3 high instead of 2 high, and so you make a smaller area for surrounding it to push the levels up. As you can see, the levels aren't really that high on this one because there's no bookshelves around it. Most of my books I've gotten through the book bags. I've gotten a ton of them, and I've been using them off and on. But again, that's about all that I've done. Next time, maybe we can get a tutorial done, and I would love to hear from you in the comments down below what you think I should work on next. Please hit the like buttons, subscribe buttons, tell everybody to watch the video that you know. That way we can get the channel more active and more comments. I want to hear from everybody. Oh, I'm going to let you go. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Have a good day.